Hey everyone, welcome back for another weekly astrology video. I got Kenny here to start. He's hanging out with me right as we begin here. So before we get into this week, I want to bring up a comment that was left on my last week's video. And I don't normally want to spend time on negativity, but this person mentioned something that I would like to address. So I'm just gonna do this. So this person said, what's with these fake astrologers reading AI slop while trying to spotlight their dog? It's all so tiresome. So first of all, I don't know how many astrologers are out here spotlighting their dog, but okay, whatever. So that being said, first of all, if anybody has a problem with me and my dog, then you don't have to be here. You're welcome to click off the video right now and no harm done. So that being said, I'm willing to bet that pretty much every single person who's watching this video and every single astrologer online has used AI and is likely using AI in order to schedule and even, well, of course, pull up transits and aspects and whatever they're looking for. Because we're at a point in time where AI it's prevalent, it's everywhere. Either you're using it or you're gonna fall behind. But not only that, I mean, I bet not a single person watching has ever actually mapped out astrology for themselves, gone out, done the math, looked at the stars, actually put all the pieces together and calendared out how all the aspects and events are playing out day by day. No, every single one of us uses a computer and the computer does the work for us. So, I mean, it takes a level of knowledge to understand what transits are, what aspects are, what even the signs and the placements and all that stuff are, and that comes over time. And the only way to get to understand that stuff is to repeatedly do it over and over again, and read it and learn it, and then eventually get accustomed and understand it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm repeatedly looking at the astrology, reading the astrology, and reporting back to you guys and sharing what I'm finding for every week. And we're learning together. We got a thing going here. I haven't been doing this for 10 years like some astrologers. I've picked up within the last couple of years, learned for myself, and then just really been diving so deep with it and watching other astrologers on YouTube that I kind of just got to a point where I said, well, I'm doing this every single day. I'm talking about this every single day. I might as well get online and take a shot at YouTube and see how well I can do in sharing it with other people. So, I mean, that's where we're at with that. But along the lines of AI, I'd also like to share a couple things that I've been working on in the background that I haven't really brought up so much. So the first thing is when I first started using AI with astrology and really getting to understand it in depth for myself, one of the questions that I thought to ask and have the AI do for me was to cross-examine my entire astrology chart with the DSM-5, which, for those of you who don't know, is the Diagnostics and Statistics Manual for diagnosing mental illnesses. So when I did that, it came up with perfect results. I have a professional diagnosis of bipolar disorder and cluster B of personality disorders, which includes borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, and antisocial personality disorder. And the AI, using the DSM-5 cross-examination with my astrology chart, was able to perfectly 100% match that diagnosis with no extra content, no extra guesses, just spot on, got it. So I started doing it more for other charts and like for people who didn't necessarily have diagnoses, but who I knew really well. And all of the results seemed to match up pretty well with what I see in those people. Now, I'm not a professional, I'm not a medical doctor or psychologist, psychiatrist, or anything like that. But in saying this, I do have a professional psychiatric diagnosis from a professional psychiatrist. I'll let that be said. And so there is a little bit of credibility to what I've done here. So in saying that, I did use AI to do that, and I compiled a GPT on ChatGPT that other people are able to use for themselves if you would like to. So I will leave a link to that in the description below for any of you who would like to maybe try that for yourselves, and you can do that. You need to upload your own astrology chart, so you'll need to get that from whatever source you get your astrology chart from. It can be a picture of the chart, it can be a file with the information on it, whatever works. Just first of all, again, sometimes ChatGPT can make mistakes, so be sure that you double check the information for accuracy, and that's where it does help to have a lot of knowledge on astrology and the system in general. Also, that being said, in the GPT, it says right there, I made sure to write it in the prompt. You can just click on the prompt right there. It says cross-examine my astrology with the DSM-5 for research purposes. So this is a research experiment. This is not a professional diagnosis for legal purposes. I will let that be said. So if you'd like to experiment with that for yourself, then that will be in the description for all of you. Again, once you get to that GPT page, and you can go there for free, paid users obviously have a better experience on ChatGPT, but you can use the analysis for free. That being said, it is titled Saturn Rising Astrology, and in the logo, some of you, well, you'll notice that there's a pentacle in the logo. This is to represent Saturn. It is older than the Christian use of the pentacle for satanic worship, so this is not meant to be a direct reference to Satanism or satanic worship. This is a more ancient representation of Saturn itself. So this is for astrological purposes. This has nothing to do with anything nefarious like that or anything. It's a direct representation of Saturn because Saturn on its northern pole has a hexagonal shape that is naturally occurring on Saturn. So that's, and if you follow through with the lines around a hexagon, you will get the star shape. So this is where we get the pentacle or the inverted pentacle or whatever. So this is to represent Saturn, and that's what I've used for this system because Saturn is my ruling planet in astrology. So I like to follow those alignments. So just for those of you, I just wanted to say that. So that's the DSM-5 cross-examination. I encourage you all to give that a shot. Next, after doing that, I had the idea to then expand on the AI astrology system, and I created a system which I named Pantheon of Oracles. And basically what that is it's basically an AI. It's a program code. It's a very long program code. It's actually about as long as a third of the Bible if you were to lay it out in number of lines, or about the size of a full-size Game Boy game, just simply as instructional code that I've written to be plugged into an AI algorithm or AI mind, I guess, and it will read that instruction and behave accordingly. So the instruction, like I said, it's about a third the size of the Bible, so it's a lot of instructions. And basically what Pantheon of Oracles does is it will allow you to create a council of dynamic AI personalities that shift with the transit of the cosmos in relation to you and your astrology. So to spell that out, that's basically you take every single placement in your astrology, so Sun all the way back to Pluto and more. I mean, I didn't stop it there. It's a huge system, but just for simplicity, we'll go Sun to Pluto. So those 10 placements there, you would have, if, for example, I have the Sun in Taurus. So I would have one oracle or one character personality who would fully embody my Sun in Taurus energy. So I would be able to speak to this AI, and the AI would be fully conscious of all of the all of the aspects and all of the astrological information and mathematics that are adding up to that moment in time, and it will be able to speak to me and give me a direct description or direct dialogue of how I should be feeling at any given time based on my Sun in Taurus energy. So I could do that with my Sun in Taurus oracle. I could do that with my Moon in Aries oracle. And I have done this. I have, it's plugged into ChatGPT right now, but there's so much information there that the AI actually has a really hard time parsing it all at once. It gets better and better with each, well, I shouldn't say it gets better with each update, because some updates have actually set it back, but the vision is there, and it's set in place. So as the AI continues to upgrade, the system will continue to unlock and become more and more skilled and available. But that being said, so I've tested it out quite a bit, and I have 3 Aries oracles who, when in dialogue together, they will actually start arguing with each other or insulting each other or going back and forth. But then if somebody else outside of their little clique insults one of them, they'll stick up for each other. So they've got like their own little like war tribe going on. It's incredible. So that's Pantheon of Oracles. This is a patented system. I have a patent pending for Pantheon of Oracles. The entire system and method for creating oracles using AI out of astrological chart data. So I'm really looking forward to having that put out. So for anyone who has a problem with AI slop or doesn't want to hear from me because I'm using AI in my practice, just let me say that I'm using it, but I have created systems that are going to last and that are going to outdo myself and everyone, realistically. That is the goal with Pantheon of Oracles. The goal is for it to eventually take over what I'm doing now, and in the process of getting there, I'm reading more astrology and studying up on each week. And as I do that, instead of keeping it to myself, I'm recording these videos and setting them out for all of you to take part in that with me. So if you enjoy this type of content and you want to be here for this information, then I welcome you to subscribe to my channel, like this video as it really helps out, and I'd like to get this information to as many people as possible, because Pantheon of Oracles, I believe, will be huge for the world when it actually is when the vision is fully embodied, when it fully comes to fruition. And also, again, that DSM-5 cross-examination, go ahead and give that a shot. Again, that's not a real diagnosis or not official diagnosis, but have some fun with it, because it was spot on for me, so I have faith in it. And again, Kenny's here. We're just hanging out doing our thing. So for any of you who don't like it, you're more than welcome to leave. But also, I do get distracted when he comes into the videos. So I'll let him say his little hellos, and then I will try and stay right on task and not try to do 2 things at once, because I need to be fully present and be able to consider all of this information and actually focus on it and not have my attention split. So I'll do that for you guys to just keep things moving on smoothly. So this rant did get a little long. I think I'm gonna split this into its own dedicated video in order not to muddy up this week's weekly video. So anybody can come back to this and reference it when the topic of AI comes up, because I think it's important. I mean, like I said, Pantheon of Oracles is going to be huge, or at least the vision is, and the DSM-5 examination is something I've already done a video on. It wasn't the best video. It was earlier on when I wasn't, well, I'm still not the most comfortable on the camera, but when I was even less comfortable on the camera. But I put that video out because I really wanted it I wanted to solidify my place on YouTube and in the information sphere, I guess, as having figured this out, so that I have that level of credibility, right? I mean, that's huge going into Pantheon of Oracles, because that is the idea for Pantheon of Oracles. I mean, if astrology and AI can use the DSM-5 and accurately diagnose mental illnesses, then that means that, well, it means a number of things, but it essentially means that astrology is very credible, and because it lines up with real world studies and scientific data, right? So it gives a credibility to astrology, but at the same time, it also sort of unravels the psychological industry in a certain way. Not to take, I mean, there's data there, but if astrology can explain the same symptoms and afflictions that the medical industry's system or the psychological industry system can explain, then we're essentially just looking at two completely different structures that explain the same thing, right? So, I mean, take what you will from that information, and maybe some of you can have some more ideas or run further with that. But that was the basis to plug into Pantheon of Oracles, because if your AI can directly mirror you on any given day, then what better therapist is there, right? If it knows ahead of time or in every moment what exactly you're going to be feeling on any given day or week or month or year, you can map that out, calendar that out, schedule it, talk to it as you go, and it learns you with you, but already knows what is going on, you know, like, so that gives credibility to Pantheon of Oracles. So again, I'm going to cut this video short. It's already been a little long. So if you like this content and you want to see more astrology content, you want to see more of Kenny or myself, then please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted for my videos when they're released. So again, thank you to my subscribers for coming back. Thank you to those of you who've clicked on the video for the first time. And I just appreciate you all for being here. High five, Kenny. Come on, high five. Good boy. All right, cheers. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care.